Imagine walking through the dark, narrow streets of Paris in the 1800s. Gas lamps flicker softly, and the air is heavy with mist. Suddenly, a piercing scream shatters the silence, a scream that chills your blood. This is the story of the murders in the Rue Morgue, the first detective story ever written. It all begins in a quiet Parisian neighborhood where a mother and her daughter are found brutally murdered inside their apartment. The scene is horrifying. Furniture is smashed. The room is in complete chaos. The windows appear locked from the inside. The daughter's body is discovered shoved upside down into a chimney, while the mother is found in the courtyard below, her throat savagely cut so deeply it nearly separated her head from her body. There is no clear suspect, no weapon, no visible escape route. Witnesses claim they heard two voices during the attack. One was clearly French. The other, however, could not be identified. One witness said it sounded Spanish, another swore it was Italian, a third insisted it was Russian. But none of them could understand a single word. The police are completely baffled. Then enters C. Auguste Dupin. Dupin is not a police officer, nor is he a professional detective. He is simply a man with an extraordinary mind, someone who believes that any mystery, no matter how impossible it seems, can be solved through pure logic. Dupin visits the crime scene himself. While the police focus on forced entry and obvious suspects, he focuses on the small details everyone else ignored. He examines the windows. They appear locked from the inside, but one contains a hidden spring mechanism that could be opened from the outside and snap back into place. He studies the brutality of the attack, the strength required to force a grown woman up a chimney, and the almost inhuman power used to cut the mother's throat. Then there is the strange voice. Dupin asks a simple question. What if the second voice wasn't human at all? That is when the truth begins to unfold. The killer was not a man. It was an escaped orangutan. A sailor had brought the animal from Borneo to Paris, and one night the creature broke free while holding a razor, imitating its owner. Frightened and driven by wild instinct, it climbed into the apartment through the window. When confronted by the two women, panic turned into blind violence. The reason none of the witnesses could recognize the language was simple. It was not a language at all, but the wild, incomprehensible shriek of an animal. Dupin places an advertisement in the newspaper pretending the orangutan has been found. When the sailor comes forward to claim it, Dupin confronts him and the full story is revealed. Case closed. What makes this story revolutionary is not just the shocking twist, but the method. Dupin does not rely on luck. He does not chase suspects blindly. He thinks, he observes, he reconstructs the impossible step by step. Written by Edgar Allan Poe in 1841, this story created the blueprint for every brilliant fictional detective who followed, including Sherlock Holmes, a locked room, a crime that feels almost supernatural, and a mind sharp enough to see what others cannot. And sometimes the most terrifying mysteries have the most unexpected explanations.